Indira. Welcome back to Indie Arts Creations. Today I'm going to do a bottom bottle pour. That's a mouthful. And I am going to do a reverse dip of the bottom bottle pour, and as I go on, you'll see. But I wanted to share a little exciting news. Right before I came on, I got an email or a text message, excuse me, from a lady I met at Walmart. And she was shopping, and I just happened to ask her what type of painting she did. And bottom line, I shared the channel with her, and she went on and she actually tried one of the techniques, and she sent me her picture. So that was so exciting to know that, you know, people are watching the channel and then they are able to learn from what I'm doing and being able to create their own designs. So let me explain it a little bit. So I'm going to do a bottom bottle pour, which it is literally the bottom of a bottle, and we pour the paint on top. I'm actually going to do a double bottom bottle, which means I'm going to use two. And I am going to use some colors. I asked a dear former colleague of mine what color she liked, and she liked black, pink, gold, and yellow. So it was like black and pink, black and gold, black and yellow, and I kind of thought I could incorporate those. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but we're going to give it a whirl. I've tried this on a larger canvas. I'm going to start with the negative space of black. I've tried this on a larger canvas and I didn't like the results. So I figured I would try it again on a smaller canvas. So we have an 8x8 level 2. And I think I'm going to do like a little series of these little reverse. No, the bottom bottles. I don't know if I'll reverse all of them. And I will, like I said, as we go along, I'll explain what it means when we say we're reversing the bottom bottle. So I added the black. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided if I feel like I may need a little white in here. I haven't figured that part out yet. I'll figure it out as I go. So I decided, because I have the yellow and I have the pink, I decided that I would do two different pinks. I'm sorry, because I have yellow and gold, excuse me, I decided that I would do two different shades of pink. So I have one pink that is, I'm going to call it darker. And the name of it is Drama Queen. Boy, when I'm looking at some of these paint names, and that product is from Art Minds. When I look at some of these paint names, I think of the nail polish, OPI, and how they have like some interesting names for the nail polishes. That's how these paints are. The paint colors for this particular manufacturer. They have some pretty interesting names on these bottles. Ugh. Or I should say they have some interesting names for the paints. So I'm just trying to make sure we have enough black around, and I'm just trying to get the edges now. Not that I won't have to come back, but I'm just trying to get some of them. Okay, so I said that I'm going to do a double bottom bottle, right? So I have a smaller bottle and a larger bottle, and so to get these indentations that look like flower petals, you really have to use a soda bottle, or I have found some sparkling water bottles that have them, but like your regular water bottles, no matter what the brand is, I haven't found a regular water bottle that has those indentations that deep. So I said I didn't know about white, right? And I don't know how it's going to look starting out black either. But, you know, we're just going to give it a whirl. We are going to start with black. You really can't see what I see maybe. And what I see is like little puddles that look like flower petals. So I'm not sure if you can really see that because it is the black. But you'll see it now with the gold. And so what we'll do is we will use 2 layers of both of the colors. And we don't want too much because we don't want too much because of the canvas size. Let me think about this. I'm going to put a little more pink on on 2 of the petals. No, 1. This one over here that you really may not be able to see is not as big as the other one. Let's see. So yeah, I think we can still go for another. So what I have to be careful of is that I don't necessarily want the colors to run off the canvas either. I kind of like the square canvases on certain projects. As I think about this, I reversed the order. I didn't mean to, but that's what I did. So we're gonna see. I hope everybody is having a nice day. By the time this is uploaded, it will definitely be going into evening. And again, I appreciate everybody's feedback. I appreciate all the support I'm getting. I'm hoping that you all are enjoying the channel. You find it informative, relaxing. It's taking your mind off of some of the things that we're experiencing right now in the world. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first bottle off. Place it over here. I'm trying to think. I think what I'm gonna do is, no, I still have to do a little black. I think I'm gonna do 1 layer of this. The reason is that I really don't want it to run off the canvas. So I think I'm just gonna do 1 layer of these other colors. Yeah. And it's gonna still go off a little bit, but we will still see our petals even though it's going off. So I really appreciate when you all give me suggestions, but a lot of times people give me suggestions of colors, which is totally fine, but then I am left with the task of figuring out how those colors will look good together with which technique. So again, if you're new to the channel, what does technique mean? Technique means, to me, the way that I explain technique is the application of how you apply the paint to the canvas. So like with this one, it's called a bottom bottle pour. You have swipe, you have puddle pour, excuse me. There's just so many different techniques. You create techniques as you go. You have the ring, and so it's just so many. So let's see. Oh, okay. So what makes this reverse? I do want to, let me see. I do want to come in here just a little bit. And then what makes it reverse? Reverse. what reverses the bottom bottle pour is putting a paper towel over it. And that absorbs it some, but then it also reverses it. I'm not sure if that will make that much of a difference, but so I really like this. Like if I didn't reverse it or anything, this looks really nice. So I'm using the torch to get out some of these air bubbles. And then I'm going to reverse. So sometimes when I'm using paper towels, I just have a spray bottle so that I'm not having to run to the sink to wet it. The only other technique that I've used a paper towel for has been the swipe technique. And that was helpful just to go ahead and wet it right then. Okay, so this looks really nice. It definitely looks nicer than the first time I tried this technique. But again, I was using a larger canvas and yeah. So I'm going to place this down on the canvas. Kind of place it evenly. That looks cool. And I'm gonna let it sit here for just a couple of seconds, not long. I really like the way this came out. I was a little nervous, yellow, pink, and black only, but I really like it. So what you do is you kind of, when you're pulling it up, you go corner to corner. And so what that's going to do is that's going to absorb some of your paint. Ooh, this one side I can't see yet, so it looks like it took a lot of it. Whoa, that is so nice. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I don't want to really do a lot to it. I love it. So if you notice, the sides, all sides I believe, came off of the canvas, and so now they are back on the canvas with the reversal using the paper towel. I have to get some of these air bubbles out. I'm loving the little cells that we did get. And look at that, they're coming up even more. So again, why do we use the torch? We do use the torch to get air bubbles out, but sometimes the torch also, not all the time, but sometimes the torch also will produce cells for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch up our sides a little bit again, and then I will bring you in for a close-up. Stay tuned. Hello, we're back for the close-up, but I wanted to start with a pan and then I'm going to come in. So as you can see, the colors have spread again and they're coming off the canvas, but I still like it, and I can't wait to do another one. If I'm going to do a double bottom pour, I think that I should probably use a bigger canvas. But I really like the way that these colors came together. I was a little leery, but you can see the yellow and the gold and the pinks. You can see both of the pinks, although that lighter pink we don't have much, but it is okay. I would love to hear your comments, especially if those that have done this technique before. If you all could chime in and share your views as well. But I love all comments, and I thank the people that have been commenting. And I can't wait to do another one. Until we meet again, cheers to painting.